Welcome, fearless dreamers. This is new episode of the Unstoppable Immigrant podcast. I am Martina, your pilot, and today I have a very special guest, our first ever male guest, Ismael Trivino, who is taking us on a trip to Colombia. It's going to be a journey full of laughter, lessons, and unstoppable energy. Prepare for takeoff.
I arrived to Miami at 11 p.m. and I had to be on air at 5 a.m.
Wow.
in this station of Miami talking about Miami. And I've never been here. And there was an explosion, a bomb. I was like, okay, I want to go. Like, how can I help? Nicolas Cage.
You met him?
I interviewed him.
You have to tell us. All right, Ismael, thank you so much for being on the podcast. You are our first male guest, and I'm thrilled it's you. I can't wait to hear your story. So, Ismael, please tell us, to our listeners, where in Colombia are you from?
Well, first of all, Tina, thank you very much for inviting me to this amazing podcast. It's an honor for me to be the first male guest.
Yeah.
And well, I'm from Bogota, Colombia.
Bogota.
Yeah.
Yes.
South America, and well, it's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, thank you very much. So tell us more about how was it to grow up in Bogota, in Colombia.
Basically, well, I grew like a normal family. I was born in Caracas, Venezuela,
Okay.
and my family went to Colombia when I was like 2 or 3 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I grew in Bogota since my third year all the way to my youth until university. Like it was like until 2004 that I stayed there, and I'm a family of 5 kids, 5 siblings.
Whoa,
Yeah.
big Colombian family. It sounds
three
like
guys,
a lot of
2
fun.
girls. And in Bogota, for the people that do not know about Colombia or Bogota, Bogota is the capital of Colombia, and it's a beautiful place. It's kind of cold, kind of chilly, but you can have an amazing experience, great food, and basically that's it. There's a lot of stigmas about Colombia. I think that my invitation will be go, try yourself, and you will get a glimpse of what it is.
I'm so excited to go, probably this October.
You haven't been there?
I haven't been yet.
You
It's
have
been
to
on
go.
my list. I just can't wait to go, yes. I've heard so much, and every single Colombian person I've ever met is so warm, so nice. Like, I love Colombian people and
And
food and everything about Colombia. Music.
I think that the people that is Colombians abroad, they have this thing of like kind of being proud of the country.
Oh, yes.
And you just mentioned the food, but also the music. We
Music,
have
yes.
worldwide ambassadors nowadays. You know, we have Shakira, Juanes, J Balvin, Maluma, for just to mention few, and they're global superstars. And in their DNA is the music and bringing the international audiences to our country. We have 2 oceans, Atlantic, Pacific. We are the country has the most variety of birds species around the world.
Whoa,
The
I
most
didn't know.
different varieties of rhythms of music around the world, and there are some little facts that make this country very particular.
Beautiful. How was the childhood in Colombia? What are your memories from being little Ismael growing up in Bogota?
It was kind of like a normal childhood. I would say. I was going to a Catholic school, just boys in school. There was my sister were going to the girls' schools. It was like a regular experience to nothing extreme, as for good, but also as for bad. Very family oriented, and I think that a lot of values that our parents involved in us that kind of shape our path. So I would say family-oriented values, childhood.
That's beautiful. That sounds wholesome.
And we were lucky. You don't have that often, you know?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
It sounds like a great foundation.
Yeah.
And so you went to Catholic school with the boys, you have siblings. Like, how was basically going to high school in
Okay.
Colombia?
Okay, well, the high school, because it was the same school in that trajectory, was like you do primary school and the first years in the same school. Then high school, actually, you continue in the second school, in the same school. And of course, you have in the teenagers age, the girls. So we had this
Girls.
I remember this specific. I think it was like they were celebrating the Columbus Day or something like that. The 1492, which was the date of Christopher Columbus discovered America. And so there was this celebration of all these Catholic schools from around Colombia, but they're Catholic schools from girls and from guys, and they all met together. So
Wow,
all the
that was
school
a big
crazy,
moment.
like, we're gonna see a girl. So it was kind of funny and it was kind of crazy, and for the girls too, because they were going to meet with the school of kids of guys. So but basically that, I mean, like it was like a pretty kind of normal life, I would say. Even though at that time the situation in Colombia was
Was
very,
different.
very intense. We had a lot of, like kingpin situation, the drug situation, like a lot of factors that were like affecting the country in a big picture. But you live in micro bubbles. So,
Oh, absolutely.
so we
Have
were
you ever
lucky.
have you ever experienced any violence that we see on the TV, like shootings or drag things or any of that?
Uh, a few years later, after my high school, I went to the university in Colombia. Yeah, I was doing some practices, some internship in one of the Colombia biggest TV stations, which is called CMA. And at that time, there were like this heavy violent situation of cartels, and there was an explosion, a bomb exploded in Bogota, in one of the most luxurious hotels in the city, and the explosion was at 7 p.m. Like the hotel was packed. There were a lot of casualties, and was like a breaking news. So okay, okay. But I was a kid. I was like the smallest guy in the newsroom, and but when you're a journalist and you're living that, I was like, okay, I want to go. Like, how can I help? So they were needing like some tapes for the camera crew, and say, okay, I'll go. I'll take the tapes, and I had to go there, and I saw like hardcore stuff, like like because it happened just like 30 minutes ago. So I mean, there was like you can see the bodies there, like like the shoes in the street. It was intense. So yeah, I mean, like you can experience. I had that shocking part of how violence in can hit you. Yeah.
How did you overcome this sort of like traumatic experience?
Uh,
Did it affect you in any way?
I would say it kind of builds you. It kind of builds you as a journalist. It's something that you. It's not like you're trained for it, but you are that's part of the things. Like last year I was in Israel covering the anniversary of the Hamas attack
Oh my goodness.
to Israel. And I went to the kibbutz in the south and to the border with Syria, and to the and I saw a lot of things that shock you and impact you, and you talk with the relatives of the kidnapped people. You talk with the mother that lost all their family, they took us to this kibbutz where Hamas terrorists
My God.
took more than 400 lives, and they burned all the kibbutz. So we were there, and you see the bed with the bullets, and it's But again, as my profession as a journalist is something that you have to know that it's going to happen.
It's like
and
a part of the
process,
job.
part of the
Yeah,
job.
part of the job.
So try to learn the best from it, and try to
Don't let it affect
don't
you.
let you make it personal, and learn the most of it.
So did you study journalism in university?
Yeah, I studied in Colombia, 2 titles, as a journalist and as massive communications. And here in Miami, also in UM, I did post studies in TV journalism for.
You can say it in Spanish.
Periodismo investigativo para televisión, like investigative journalism for TV.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you discover your passion for journalism?
It was very random because I didn't want to study this. I wanted to study actually publicity, marketing and publicity, which now I create my own company about it. But it's like a kind of shifting in the story. So back in those days, I wanted to study marketing and publicity in a university in Colombia, but it was already full to study in that semester. So I said, okay, what should I do? I don't want to stay 6 months doing nothing. I called my best friend, like, hey, where are you? And he was like, oh, I'm in this other college in the University of La Sabana, and I'm doing the line because I'm going to study mass communications. And then, okay, read me the pensum, read me like the classes.
It is, yeah.
And he started he was like, no, it's radio, art, publicity, and a lot of photography, a lot of classes that I will also have in this other career. So I said, you know what? Sign me in.
Sign me.
So I started studying communications just by random choice because I didn't want to lose time. And it was when I was there that I started doing the classes. And I said, okay, this is kind of cool. This is kind of nice. Okay, you can learn about TV. You can learn about how to be behind the camera. You can learn how to talk on the radio. You can learn how to do radio from like a production part. And that was it. So it was more like a random thing that then developed in the like, okay, it's something I like.
But nothing in life is random.
I can see, yeah.
So talking about America, what age you moved to America?
To the U.S.
Yes.
Now.
Sorry, yes. Latin. Yeah, sorry. When I say America, it's.
That happened a lot.
Yeah, sorry.
I moved to America.
So,
where?
okay.
South, North, Central.
So what age you moved to United States of America?
United States of Great America. No, it was in 2005, so I was 20. 2005, I was 25. Yeah. Long time ago. Yeah.
Wow.
And it was a beautiful experience because when I was 25 in 2005 and they gave me the opportunity to come to the United States, I had another plan, totally different plan. I was planning to go and do a master's in Madrid, Spain.
Oh, wow.
And the director of the radio when I was working at the time, he said, I have a proposal for you. You're 25 years old. You don't know nothing about this office, about this job. And I have a station in Miami from the W radio, and that need a new director. But you're gonna go there. You're not gonna be a star. You're gonna go there to eat. But you're gonna learn a lot.
Started from the bottom.
No, starting as the director of the station, but he was being clear that I was not gonna be there like a superstar. I'm gonna be there, but really to work all and to have all the pressure that means to be the director at that small age.
Got it.
When I came to Miami, 25, my teammates were super older than me. So to earn the respect, earn the the value that they see you as a leader, how you do that? Just with job, with
Yes.
you can just like, oh, I have to prove that you value that. So it was a very interesting, amazing opportunity. And it was just for 1 year. The idea was only 1 year. And then it said, okay, let's do another year, and poof.
So is that the main reason why you are in United States?
Yeah, it was the main reason, because they offered me this opportunity to come to the U.S. and work in this radio station, directing the station, and I did it for 11 years. And in the meantime, somebody saw my work and they said, okay, you should work with CNN. I want to connect you with this person that works in CNN. So okay, let's do it. And they connect me with this person, and then CNN took me from the radio, from the W radio, and I worked with CNN for 10 years.
What a blessing to have such an
Yeah.
opportunity.
Yeah.
You are so lucky. That's amazing.
I would say luck is a fact, is a factor,
Yes.
but it's not only luck.
You deserved it.
Is the step by step that you're building to when that opportunity show up, you're ready.
Yes.
And that's how I would define it. But of course, you need the luck too.
Yes.
But if you have the luck, but you're not ready, you miss the opportunity.
Wow, this is beautiful. The way it all synchronized for you, all the dots, how they connected.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But again, it's like you build it step by step.
Yeah, of
Step by
course.
step, preparing for that big opportunity, and when it comes, you're 100% sure that you're ready, and that you deserve it, and that you call it, and that the cosmos align. But because you have a track of doing this stuff.
I love it. So, what was the hardest part of moving to America?
I would say maybe leaving my family. At that time, we were not like hyper connected like we are today. You know, you have a chat with your you have a chat with your brothers, a chat with your mother. You're hyper connected.
Yes, and FaceTimes, video phone
exactly.
calls.
Exactly. Back in those days, we were
It was-
not that connected. So maybe leaving my family, I think it was like the most. But the rest is I mean, it's just 3 hours in flight. It's not like Europe.
Yes, it's not that far.
Exactly. So, but you would leave, the family.
Did you have any moment when you wanted to give up?
Actually, not that much. And if it passed through my mind, I'll kind of block that thought.
Because you were focused on.
Yes, because
Eyes on prize.
you have that goal, you have that goal, and sometimes you're gonna have noises like give up, like,
Distractions.
it's not worth it,
Yeah.
or you're not capable of doing it. But if you are like on the track, it's easier to let those thoughts pass.
I'm very proud of your mindset. That's amazing.
Thank you.
So, what support or resources do you wish you had when you moved here? You had a great thing that you had it through the job, so that was a little bit easier versus just coming here and started everything like from scratch. But I'm sure there was some hardship that you've experienced.
Yes, because, for example, I came here with an I visa. It's a visa for journalists. And that I visa, first, you have to renew it every year. Well, maybe, I don't know, today, in the today policies, maybe it changed, but in those times, at that time, it was the I visa, you have to renew it every year. So you have to go out to the US, go to Colombia, go to the embassy, do the line, blah, 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 one more year, back again. So it was back and forth, and that visa do not give you, at that point, I don't know now, the process for a green card, or the process at some time for a citizenship.
Right.
So it was like something that, okay, you know that you're here, but you're not. And at some point you have to come back. So I was like, okay, what I want to do? Do I see myself in the US? Do I see myself in Miami? And I love Miami. One of the cities that I know that some people hate it. Some people love it.
Yes.
I learned to love it. And I said, okay, I want to stay here. But my process, my visa paper do not allow it. So when CNN show up, and said, okay, we want you on our team. I said, okay, perfect, with one condition. You change my visa process to give me an option to
Stay longer.
work with for a potential green card and work for a potential citizenship.
That's
so
amazing.
They said, okay, we don't do that, but let's see. And God made it work. So I changed the visa status for a job visa, which is, I understand that until today is the longest path to get a green card and to get a potential citizenship. So I did like the longest process,
the hardest
ever.
one.
Like there are a lot of like easy cuts to get the green card. I did the full line. So that's it.
Was this visa process stressing you out in your job? Was that reflected on your job?
In the editorial part, no. But of course, having that thought that, okay, you can be here, but you're not gonna be here, but maybe yes, but maybe not. At some point, kind of affects you. Yeah.
Looking to create unforgettable moments in Miami, whether it's a romantic proposal, a dreamy picnic, or a special celebration, Maza events bring your vision to life. We handle every detail so you can simply show up and enjoy the magic. Book your experience today. Send us a DM on Instagram Maza_events or fill out the booking form in the show notes. Spanish is your first language.
Yes.
English is your second.
Yes.
Do you speak any other languages?
No.
Do you?
I wish.
Right, me too.
Yeah.
Do you still have any words that are hard to pronounce for you?
In Spanish?
In English?
So many.
So, do you have any that comes first to mind?
Oof.
If
No.
not, look,
Shoot me one.
I got you. I don't have a word for you, but I do have a tongue twister for you. So I'll show it to you.
Please.
And can you like repeat it 3 times and each time faster?
But reading it.
See, reading it.
Okay, let's do
but
it.
it's a tongue twister, so it's
Let's make it happen.
But okay, 3, 2.
So you read it once, so I can see how you do it, and then
No,
you read it.
no.
I think your audience will love to.
Okay, you go first.
Perfect.
Ready?
Okay. Moses supposes his toes are roses, but Moses supposes erroneously. Oh my god. So good,
Great.
no?
But 2 more times
Oh,
and
2 more
faster.
times. Faster?
Faster.
Okay. Moses supposes his toes are roses,
Yes.
but Moses supposes erroneously.
Faster.
3rd time. Moses supposes his toes are roses, but Moses supposes erroneously.
That was great! Hey,
Your turn.
No. That was
Yeah,
so good.
that was
really
And
good.
I didn't practice.
You didn't?
No.
Okay.
But I read it and it was like, Jesus, this is kind of tough.
Oh my god, that was so good. That's impressive. Mamma mia.
It helped that it was big.
You're skilled. So you are happily married to another immigrant.
Yeah.
How is that?
That's amazing.
Is there any English barrier, language barrier?
I would say no. In this case, because my amazing wife is from Slovakia, I think that the language, which is English, is not a barrier, but a bridge. Because that's the only way that we can connect in English.
That's beautiful
Yeah.
how you say it. So do you study Slovakian?
Not as good as the Moises, the Toises, but a few words.
What can you say?
Ahoy.
Ahoy!
Ako samash.
Ako samash!
Ano.
Ano!
Nobody.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
I appreciate when people, put a little effort into studying the language of spouse or significant
Look,
other.
I've tried, and I've done like papers with words and my notepads. But you have to agree,
It's hard. It's a hard language. I think I saw statistics, and I think Slovakian was in the first 5 toughest languages to learn.
Wow.
It was. Yeah, it's not easy. But one thing we have in common with Spanish is that we use For girl, we use something. For boy, we use something. For example, hermoso, hermosa.
Okay, yeah,
So
yeah,
like
yeah.
we have something similar to that, you know. So at least for me, it was easier to learn Spanish because Slovakian has that.
I didn't know that you speak amazing Spanish.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations.
I have to keep some secrets, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. So you have already 3 languages or more.
I have 3. I studied Hebrew, but I gave up on that.
Any words?
I can remember how to say I'm hungry,
Okay.
which is Ani Raveva. Then I remember Laila Tov, which is good night. I remember Boker Tov, which is good morning. And then I remember Motek, which is amazing restaurant, but also it means love.
Marina.
And then I remember Toda, which is thank you, Bavakasha, you're welcome. What else I remember? I think that's it.
How do you say cheers?
Lechaim.
Lechaim.
Lechaim. Yeah.
Na zdravie.
Oh, na zdravie!
Salud.
Salud.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Those are the keywords.
Yes.
Those are the words that you need to know.
Yeah, those are the things. You know, when I was working as a server in one of my last jobs, I've realized one thing, that when I interacted with the guests I was taking care of, and I asked them where they are from, and if I knew something from their language, whether it's, you know, spasiba or is dankeschön or whatever that is in whatever language, and I knew how to say something, I would say it to them, and they connected with me more
Totally,
because of
totally.
that, and they would tip me more.
And that will result
Yeah,
in a very big
yeah,
tip.
it
That's
works.
good.
It does
Amazing.
work. So having fun with languages, it's my favorite thing. So if you have to sum up your immigration journey with one word, what it would be?
With one word.
Yeah, one and one only.
A blast.
I don't think anyone said that yet. Blessed is beautiful. That's beautiful. Blessed. We are blessed to be here, right?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. This country is so generous to immigrants, at least from my opinion, because there is so many opportunities.
That's true. I totally agree. I think that, I mean, I know that this thing about the American dream is so like scratch and stuff, but I think that that it gives you a lot of opportunities if you're willing to.
If you work for it.
If you're willing
Yes.
to work hard,
Yes.
wake up early, like if you put all your effort, the doors will open.
Absolutely. So how do you think being an immigrant has shaped you?
I would say it had shaped me in a lot of ways in terms of as a professional, as a human, as a husband, as a connector. I think that to have the opportunity to come from another cultural path and cultural experiences and bring those values and connect with this culture, and like you're bringing something to the table and you're learning also. So
yeah, absolutely. Was it hard for you to adapt when you came here?
It was, yeah, I would say, yeah, because it was different, like in Colombia you had is weird because in Colombia you have at least in my family we had the blessings of to have somebody that cooks for you or clean for you, or when you come here and you
have nobody.
You have to do it by yourself.
Yes. You came here by yourself?
I came here by myself.
Yeah. Like
and it was so funny because I came here without knowing Miami, without ever being in Miami. I came here I arrived to Miami at 11 p.m. and I had to be on air on the show at 5 a.m.
Wow.
in this station of Miami talking about Miami. And I've never been here. So imagine, it was crazy.
That's a challenge.
It was crazy. So that imagine that pressure.
What did you do?
Well,
study everything about Miami?
Yeah.
You Googled?
I reading like crazy about the city. I made a lot of mistakes on air. the listeners were calling to the radio say, "Oh, this guy, what?" And that was the only way that first of all I pushed myself to learn faster than my peers, um, and that kind of was a leverage moment, because imagine you on air, everybody listening to you, and you had no idea of about the city where you're living. So yeah, it was like a boost of information that I had to
But
process.
look at your first lesson. You came to Miami. You've never been here. You came here alone, and you were thrown into this, muddy water where you had to learn how to swim without knowing anything, and you did it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
impressive. I'm proud of you. Are you
Thank
proud
you.
of you?
I'm proud of myself.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
but the most beautiful thing is that you can tell other people that they can do it too.
Yeah, it's possible. We
That,
can we
exactly.
become
We can make it
resourceful.
happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
One thing I've learned that from the guests that are on the podcast, or also my own experience, is that we become just so resourceful because of what we don't have or don't know. We just have to learn how to do these things.
I totally agree. I totally
Yes.
agree. It's, for example, it's the same like um, I started in 2018 to train triathlons. I never do triathlons in my life, and I saw people doing these crazy races like 42 kilometers, like a full marathon or a
that's a
full Ironman. That I would say like that's for superhumans. Like, and I had this super fat friend of mine that I love him. He called himself El Gordito Fit, and he was like really obese person. And he started training and training and training. Today, he's like super skinny, like I mean, skinny but fit.
Fit, yeah.
And
Healthy.
and he's like a super animal in triathlons and Ironman races like that. And I started training with him, and few years, I was doing marathons. I was doing marathons around the world. I was doing Ironman races, and it's like what you put in your mind. Like
It's possible.
you can make it if you work for it.
So, what is one key piece of advice you would give to a new immigrants on their journey when they're starting?
Key piece of advice,
For new immigrants.
I would say learn from a lot of sources, from different sources. Don't get your information just for of course, like from professional people, because information is out there, but there's a lot of fake stuff, misinformation, social media information that is like that's terrible. So do the research and get informed by the correct outlets and the correct people. Either it's a lawyer or it's an entity or it's a migrant office or whatever. I think that the more information you have, like official information or research correct information, it will be better for you to take decisions.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Attention, listeners. Don't forget to leave us a review to help this podcast grow. You can also subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Instagram and Spotify to keep up with the latest episodes. And now, thank you so much for flying the Unstoppable Immigrant airwaves, and let's get back to the show. Looking back, what is your wow, I've made it moment? I'm sure you had many over the years, but what's the one that sticks out? So show some personal.
Personal? I would say my wife. My all moment. Yeah. It was. That's the one of the all moments. Yeah, in the personal area. Yeah.
I can see your eyes are tearing.
Yeah, but for example, I would say in the sports area, I would say last year I went to China and ran the full marathon of China in the wall of China. That's something
that's huge.
That I saw it like in 2017, and I was like, that's for superhumans. And
you are a superhuman
and I make
now.
it happen, and I did it. or the Ironman in Texas, 2022, 13 hours, 4,000 meters swimming, 1,800 kilometers doing bicycle, and then 42 kilometers running. So imagine that. I saw that and was like, that's impossible. And Tina, is 20% all the effort that you're doing with your body, like training body, all the years,
And the rest is here.
80% is the mind.
Absolutely.
So yeah, train your mind is so important, because the mind will tell you so many times you can't do it, you're not worth it,
It's hard.
you're not ready for it. Like no. But if you train your mind, it will help you.
Funny enough that my next question is, what is your mindset like? Tell us what's happening in the head of Ismael. Like, how do you operate? Because you are very motivated, success-driven person and very loving. So tell us, like, how?
I try to train my mind. I'm in a journey of long-lasting, never stop learning. So I try to read a lot. I try to read things that keeps me on track of my goals, or of how to learn to have a correct mindset. So I listen a lot of podcasts. I try to learn about and read about these topics. But I have something called it connected, like the mindset with the heart set, with the health set, and with the soul set. This is something that I learned from Robin Sharma, the author of the 5 a.m. Club. If your viewers or listeners haven't read it, super recommended book. I read it twice, and it's a very good start point if you want to maximize your time, professional time. And from that book, I can tell you something very interesting that I also kind of practiced it at the past. I try to do it right now, but going back again. So at the very beginning of the day, you have 1 hour. So how you maximize that 1 hour when you just wake up? You divide it in three parts: 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes. The first 20 minutes, you make maximum sports, like you to put your body on exercise.
Movement.
So let's say whatever push-ups you want to do, or whatever abs you want to do, or planks. 20 minutes. The next 20 minutes, you do some reading for learning something new. You have a book or a podcast or whatever. And the next 20 minutes, meditation.
Beautiful.
And you do that Monday to Friday for 1 week, from 1 month, from 1 year, and it's just 1 hour, 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. while the rest of your peers are sleeping. Imagine in 1 year, imagine in 5 years, how many information or how many growing as a person
you're gonna do
from your side.
Do you practice that every day now?
I'm building it because I used to work in the radio, and my wake up time was 3:30 in the morning or 4 in the morning. It was crazy, so I kind of switched it. But now I quit the radio, and I'm full on my project now, which is a PR agency. So I'm going back again to that. Sometimes not 5 a.m., sometimes 6 a.m., but try to get that momentum of maximize the morning. It will help a lot.
Beautiful. Your favorite motto is, if you help enough people get what they want, you can have anything you want.
Yeah.
From Zig Ziglar. So why is this your motto?
Because it's amazing. I mean, like, you just read it.
Do you live by it?
Yeah. If you help enough people to get what they want, you can have anything you want.
So if you give, you get?
Yeah. And I have proven it of it. Like, I call it universe, cosmos, whatever. And I have a policy because I'm a producer, so I have a lot of contact. And sometimes people calls me and said, "Hey," well, sometimes not, like every day, from different networks, and say, "Hey, I need an economist for this. I need a expert on this. I need a." So, and when you are a journalist or when you work in your field, in this kind of field, well, your assets are your contacts, because
Absolutely.
like you have the contact, you have the cell phone of this person, so you have a little. But through the years, I learned that what, all the information is in Google. I wrote a book about it. It's called Reach It. Okay, how to connect with people that you think that it is impossible, but it's not. And I said that at some point, I said, you know what? Why be jealous about it? It's like, help them. That help will come in other forms, and I do that.
I'm proud of you writing the book. Do you want to tell us more? Where the listeners can find your book?
In Amazon.
In Amazon?
Yes, in Amazon.
Amazing.
It's in Spanish though.
In Spanish, okay, for Spanish speaking.
I have to. That's translate. One of the things I have to do it.
Translate.
I have to translate to English.
Did you write it yourself completely?
Yeah. I mean, I had a editorial team that helped me to push, and I want to credit them because they helped me to push. They called me like, "Hey, which chapter are you? Hey, we need to do the review. We need to do the review. Hey, you haven't sent me." So they were like,
they kept you on track.
Exactly. So I can be like, okay, doing it.
Beautiful.
So it was a team work.
Team effort. I love it. Okay, so you told us a little bit more about your lifestyle and your races, and you've completed a full Ironman race.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, how did you prepare for it?
A lot of discipline.
How long you been training for?
I would say for a full Ironman, the full training is about 4 months. Like the intense process, but I would say in my case it was like a full 4 years preparation, because you start doing small races, you do sprint races, then you do Olympic distance races, then you do half Ironman races, and a lot of half Ironmans. So you train your body, train to get comfortable with suffering. Because it's a lot of suffering.
It is.
Mentally and bodily.
Yeah.
Like you get destroyed, your knees, your toes, is hard. But at the same time, when you learn how to get comfortable with it and how to manage all those feelings and connect it with your head and your intentions and why you're doing it, and you have a purpose and it has a meaning, and of course preparation. What are you drinking? What are you eating? Which are your all that part, which is super vital to be 12 hours or 13 hours in my case, doing these endurance races. So yeah, I have a goal. Hopefully, if life permitted, is to do the ultra marathon race. Is called Maratón de Saules.
What is it?
It's a 6-day ultra marathon in the Sahara Desert, where you in the middle of the Sahara Desert.
But where? In what country? Like Saudi Arabia or something?
No, I think it's Morocco.
Morocco? Wow.
I'm not sure. Actually, I'm not sure, because the Maratón de Sables brand has have different locations. So it has Maratón de Sables Peru.
Oh, I get it. They switched the location.
Yeah, now it's the brand. Now it's the brand. But in the Sahara Desert, they do like the officially race, which is a 6 days race.
That's another level. Like
but that's when I was saying the same when I saw a person doing the marathon. I was like, that's impossible. It's in your head.
Now you know everything is possible.
Now we know everything is possible. Yeah. So what?
Wow.
You have to train.
Yes.
So
if you train, did you have special nutrition because of that? More protein, less carbs.
Yeah, you have to have a full training program and process. For example, for the Marathon of China, you have to prepare for some nutrition, special nutrition. For the Ironman in Texas, you have to prepare full nutrition because in these races you kind of have lunch while you're in the bicycle. So you're in the bicycle like this, and you're taking here in the back your mini sandwiches and you're like, but you're eating, and at the same time you're doing pedaling. So it's an endurance game. Yeah.
How important is it for you that your partner is supporting you in this lifestyle?
Well,
she's sitting right here, so that's why I asked the question.
It's very important. It's very important because if I mean, like, yeah, to do these things, you have to train a lot, and you have to put time on the table. And what I'm in my case, what I'm trying to do is make it like a kind of a sports tourism activities. So trying to get these weird locations so I can invite her to go with me.
Smart.
And like my race is just 4 hours. And then we can enjoy a few days
and travel. I guess that's how was it in China, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, and we did also Barcelona, the Ironman in Barcelona.
Is she doing all these activities with you?
Yeah, she's kind of entering.
So she's also Iron Woman.
I would say not officially in the race, but yeah. Well, she did the half marathon in China.
You did it together?
We did it together. She went with me,
my God,
and
that's beautiful.
She was planning to do the 8K run, like the fun race, they call it, like for the people that support, their relatives that support. And she said, you know what, I'm going to do the half marathon.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Are you sure? Let's do it. So she did the half marathon, I did the full marathon.
But it's awesome because, like, if you have the common goal and you support each other and, like, you're each other's, like, mental help too, because if you do these things together, go through it together, like, that makes you even closer to it.
The support is key.
Yeah,
the support
100%.
is key. Yeah, and I know that support will continue.
Ismael, how do you define success?
Dear Tina, I define success by, I would say, to have the opportunity to enjoy a healthy life doing whatever you love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Simple, short.
Beautiful.
Answer.
Beautiful. Okay. So, Ismael, you are the founder of Easy Media, a boutique PR agency in Miami that connects CEOs and founders from Latin America with the right media strategy and press opportunities in United States of America.
Yes.
I love that because you are connecting what you and I do is very similar and aligned.
Correct.
In what we do and how we help people. So please tell to our listeners more about Easy Media.
Sure. Well, Easy Media PR is a boutique PR agency. We're based in Miami. And the idea is, as you mentioned, we help to connect CEOs, thought leaders with the correct media outlets, and we help them in their public relations areas, from the marketing part to companies or brands that are coming from abroad, let's say Colombia, Latin America, from Europe, and they're doing, they're moving and arriving to the US, Miami, and we help them in this soft landing to promote their services, their products with the correct communications strategy, which involves also in the media tour, press releases, interview opportunities. We create events where we help them also with the video part. So it's like a full service boutique agency.
How did it start? What inspired you to do it?
It inspired me that I wanted to be my own business owner.
Yes. Yeah. I love that.
Inspired you too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because in my case, I was working for a big corporations my whole life. And I've seen people there like, okay, but you're in the same chair for 30 something years,
Yeah, that's
and you know what?
boring.
You're just a number. And at the
Yes.
end, you're just a number. So I was in my head, okay, I need to create something of my own. So I
Yes.
came up with the podcast.
Yes.
I said, okay, how
Yes.
to make it more value. So, and I saw that I was good in this part of connecting with producers, and the networks, the media outlets. So I said, okay, let's gonna try with one client. That first client believed in me, that he gave a referral. There's a big other client, and it started growing, and the mouth to mouth, and all of a sudden, we were doing good.
Wow, I'm
Yeah.
so proud of you. Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
Okay, you are also an Emmy Award nominated journalist, author, and former CNN senior producer.
Yeah.
You've contributed to Forbes Colombia and created the Millennial Way Show podcast. So tell us more about the Emmys.
It was with CNN. We were nominated in 2018, I think it was, for best interview show.
Wow.
With the host at that time was Andres Oppenheimer. He's a Pulitzer Award winner, and my role there was to bring the guests, like the big guests, like Bill Gates, Donald Trump, Richard Branson,
Wow.
astronauts, big Hollywood stars, Pulitzer Award winners.
So how did you bring them?
There's a book in Amazon which is called Reach It: How to Connect.
Oh, your book? I have to get it.
And in that book, you see all the details, step by step, how you can make it.
Is it written by Ismael Trivino?
Yeah. No, but yeah, I mean, the book part is real, but I'm telling you, is all the information is in Google. Like all the information, it's just how to surf on it, to connect to the correct email or to the correct phone. But when you have that correct phone, how you approach to that person. And that was in 2022 when ChatGPT was not developed yet. Nowadays, I mean, what you can do with AI is crazy amazing.
Yes.
You know, like I want to pitch a potential interview guest for this podcast or for whatever podcast. Eh? You go ChatGPT. Here's the latest interview that Tina made for her podcast. This is how she talks and she works, and she copy paste. Now you know the drill.
So accessible.
So the information is there. So nowadays I would say we have more tools to make it.
Absolutely. So what is the Millennial Way show about?
It's an interview show. It's a one-on-one interview show.
Podcast. Where is it available?
It's in Spotify, in YouTube, and the other social media platforms. It's in Instagram.
What do you focus on?
We focus on featuring guests that brings value to the new generations in any kind of field. So we have presidents, astronauts, Hollywood stars, singers, but also local stories that with their successful stories, they give value to people that want to follow their path or that in their niche.
That's awesome. How many episodes you've done so far?
So far, we have done 130 something.
That's impressive. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you very
How
much.
long are the episodes?
It depends. Sometimes are 10, 15 minutes. Another are wider, longer.
Longer, 1 hour?
Yeah. 40 something minutes. And then what we do with the long ones is that we kind of cut it in short bites and we move them in through the social ecosystem.
What is your biggest career success so far? Or business, career business?
As a business, to create my own business.
How long you've had it for?
I would say in 2019, I create Yeto Media, like my PR agency by myself. 2021, I brought a partner to the agency. We switched names, and it was an amazing 5 years experience. And then we decided to take different paths. So I'm back with my own PR agency. So it was, let's say, 6 years more or less of building as a business owner. Because of the rest, it was just working as an employee for either CNN or for W Radio or for different big corporate America. And inside those corporate America companies, there were also a lot of successful moments. But I would say like to become independent was one of the highlights. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What do you think was the hardest to start your own business as an immigrant? Because it's a different culture, different country.
In my case, I would say maybe to understand more like the rules of how
the market or the legal stuff?
The legal stuff.
Yeah, for me that's hard. All the LLC and taxes and all the...
Yeah, so either you give it to somebody to do it, or you don't have time for that, but then at some point you need to understand it because
it's important.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you're
100%.
running it, so you need to even if you have somebody to do it, you need to know. So that cost me a little bit of trying to learn more about it.
So how can our listeners connect with you?
In social, they can
social media
at Ismael Trivino, and they can find there everything for the agency.
Also on your website.
We have a website, IZZY, easy, mediapr.com.
Is it easy as Ismael, your name?
I would say yes. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Hello?
This is your bright future calling you. What can I do for you?
Okay, future. So we are ready for the full marathon of Sables, first of all, and then we're gonna be traveling around the world. Also, very important. With Easy Media, we're gonna super kill it. More clients from different perspectives, and what else? A lot of love, a lot of health, and a bright future.
Okay, your wish is my command. So these are last 3 questions. These are one-word answer questions. Okay, so just shoot rapido.
Dale.
Listo?
Listo.
What's the first thing you think of when you hear United States of America?
Dream.
What's the best food you've tried here?
Pizza.
What?
American pizza.
He immigrated to America to have pizza. Okay. Which American celebrity would you be for a day?
Jesus. Nicolas Cage.
Wow. Why?
I don't know. I interviewed him a few months ago.
You met him?
I interviewed him.
You have to tell us.
Yeah. What do you want to know?
Everything.
Okay. He was invited. He was like the main guest for the Miami Film Festival. So I just called him and put the microphone. No, I was there. I was in the red carpet.
Wow.
And I started talking to him, and he approached, and he answered a lot of questions, and all the microphones connected to connect. But I was doing the interview. And
wow.
So yes, he was receiving an award for the person of the festival. Mm-hmm. And then I interviewed in a second time for his movie, like Dracula, the Dracula movie. Mm-hmm. I think it was called Rainfield. Mm-hmm. So we did an interview. It was a Zoom interview. Super nice guy. And I asked him which will be your best advice for the new generations of actors, directors, producers, as you as well, as him as well, to succeed.
What is it?
And he said, never stop working, never stop dreaming about it. Don't let people, don't let the no's of the people affect you. Focus on your goal. To read a lot of poetry,
Aw.
and that's it.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, very very nice guy. I mean, like for me, it was
Big deal.
yeah.
Yeah, it is a big deal.
I mean,
Congratulations.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So, Ismael, thank you very much.
Tina, thank you.
It was an honor to interview the first male guest on this podcast. I enjoyed everything you shared. It was inspirational, motivational, funny, and thank you again for saying yes to this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the opportunity, and it was an honor and a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Gracias. Thank you.
Thank you so much for flying with Unstoppable Immigrant Airways. We hope this podcast brought you joy, motivation, inspiration, and connection. Feel free to share this episode with someone who really needs to hear it. And until next time, stay unstoppable.